Live from Fargo and serving you on TV, online, and on the go. This is Valley News Live at 6.
Human error is to blame for the 911 outage 2 weeks ago that affected 3 states.
CenturyLink says that an employee of West Safety Services made a mistake while making a network configuration change. This error prevented 911 calls from being accepted in North Dakota, Minnesota, and North Carolina. Officials say 693 calls to more than 50 Minnesota 911 dispatch centers failed to be routed during the outage. The Red River Regional Dispatch Center previously told us their backup system prevented them from missing any calls. A construction worker was taken to a hospital after his foot was accidentally run over by a skid steer. It happened at Discovery Middle School early this afternoon. Fargo police say the person operating the construction vehicle and the person who was hurt were both contracted workers for the remodeling project at the school. There's no word on the current condition of the person injured.
Pretty decent conditions out there today, certainly not hot and comfortably cool. Let's find out from Hutch, who's at the Cashwise Backyard Barbecue, how things are right now. Hutch?
Mike, it's not hot and comfortably cool out here indeed. Almost perfect for an outdoor event. Very little wind and a little bit of shade to keep you out of the direct sunshine. Temperatures across the region today were comfortable and a little bit closer to average for this time of the year. And the hottest weather up to the north, where we have a few 80s on the weather map from the Devil's Lake Basin into the northern Red River Valley. 79 here in the FM area. Here's a look at what we're expecting to take place this evening. Temperatures will continue to fall fairly quickly as most of the showers and thunder you see on the radar stays well to the south of us. So with those clear skies, we'll see temperatures in the 60s, even 50s by the time we get to the 10 o'clock show across parts of the valley. But it looks very quiet. Once again, we could see some areas with some patchy fog developing in the overnight. And other than that, there's not much to worry about. Like right here at the Cashwise Backyard Barbecue in West Fargo, where it's Mary Sikowski is the big winner. Where did you sign up, Mary?
32nd Avenue South.
And how's the steak tasting so far?
The steak is fabulous.
Now, you told me I'm supposed to interview this guy. How was your steak?
Excellent. It was excellent.
A little curveball. Yeah, everything's checking out good here at the Cashwise Backyard Barbecue. We're having good food, good people, and good times. We'll throw it back to the studio to you.
All right. Thank you so much.
An apartment in Grand Forks was evacuated last night after calls were made to police saying that a suicidal man was inside the building carrying knives. Tenants were asked to leave the building as a precautionary measure. The Grand Forks Police Department says they evacuate buildings whenever there's an incident that involves a weapon.
It's a precautionary thing. It inconveniences people for hopefully what is a brief period of time, but ultimately public safety is the deciding factor.
Tenants who were asked to leave their apartment building were let back in about an hour and a half after the incident started. No one was injured during the event, and the suicidal man voluntarily went to the hospital.
Surveillance photos have been released of people believed to be tied to crime investigations in our area. The 2 pictured on your screen are thought to be connected to a burglary at an underground parking garage in Fargo. That happened Friday in the 5300 block of 27th Street South in Fargo. Police say 2 men can be seen inside the garage on the security video. If you know who the guys are, you're asked to contact law enforcement.
And Fargo police also need your help identifying 3 people in connection with an alleged assault in downtown Fargo. Authorities say they want to talk to these 3 men. They say the incident happened on July 28th and involved a man who punched another man after an argument. The victim was hurt but was expected to be okay. If you have any information, please call Fargo Police at 241-1405.
And yet, no, you go to a county, they blame it on the sheriff's department. Sheriff department says it's Becker County that's got to do it. Who do you turn to in this county for help? I guess nobody.
A man says he was neglected by Human Services and the Sheriff's Department after he tried to have his son committed for his suicidal thoughts and alcoholism.
Clay Halverson says that he filed paperwork a week ago Monday from Becker County, with Becker County, and was told they'd take care of his son in a couple of days. He then says he never heard back, and his son attempted suicide again on Saturday and is now in the ICU in Detroit Lakes.
Valley News Team's crime and safety reporter Bailey Hurley talked with Halverson, who says he wants answers as to why his family fell through the cracks.
I talked to Becker County and bawled my eyes out to them last Monday about everything. They said within a couple days they could do something. Nothing was done.
Clay Halverson's son, Sean, has been battling depression and an alcohol addiction for some time now.
I've begged him to please quit. The more I hounded him, the more it seemed like he wanted to drink every day.
Halverson says he and his family had had enough and came here to Becker County Human Services last Monday to have Sean committed for treatment. Halverson, his wife, and 2 daughters filled out paperwork and say the county told them they would act fast.
I should have had a phone call back from Becker County before the end of Friday. No phone calls.
Halverson says then almost 1 week later, Sean had been drinking. He got into his pickup, slammed on the gas into a ditch, and plowed into some trees.
He should have died in that vehicle.
With multiple broken bones and now a 4th day in the ICU, Halverson says Becker County is partly to blame.
Neither one of them did anything knowing he was suicidal.
I reached out to both Human Services and the Sheriff's Department, but only heard back from police, saying the crash is still under investigation.
And yet, no, you go to a county, they blame it on the Sheriff's Department. Sheriff's Department says it's Becker County that's got to do it. Who do you turn to in this county for help? I guess nobody.
Halverson says on Monday morning he showed Becker County officials pictures of his son's aftermath and says they apologized they didn't act sooner.
To me, they failed to do their job. They know that they failed to do their job.
In Detroit Lakes, Bailey Hurley, Valley News Live.
Halverson says his son is being charged with a DWI and is set to be in court this Friday, but he isn't sure when Sean will be released from the hospital.
Grand Forks is doing a lot of road upgrading. Some of these projects include Cherry Street, North and South 20th Street, Washington Street. The city is also doing major reconstruction projects on North 42nd Street. The increase of sales tax in the city of Grand Forks, along with state, local, and federal funding, are helping to pay for these projects.
More mosquito spraying tomorrow night in East Grand Forks and Grand Forks. Crews will spray from 8 until midnight in East Grand Forks and 8:30 to 11 in Grand Forks. Both cities are urging people to take extra precautions to avoid being bitten by mosquitoes because Grand Forks Mosquito Control continues to identify the West Nile virus in birds and mosquitoes. So far this year, there have been 38 reported cases of people contracting the virus in North Dakota.
Later on Valley News Live at 6, as the dust is settling on yesterday's primary vote, how Minnesota Republicans plan to gear up for November's general election.
Up next, the frustration one man has experienced as he waits for a memorial to honor his son.